You're listening to KPG 66.5, Dinosaur Talk Radio, your favorite prehistoric podcast for research, entertainment, and all things dinosaurs.
Welcome, dinosaur fans. I'm your host, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, and we are live from inside the dinosaur bus. This is KPG 66.5 Dinosaur Talk Radio, your favorite prehistoric podcast for research, entertainment, and all things dinosaurs. Perfect. Awesome. You guys, today is Friday, February 20th, and we have snow. That's right outside the dino bus, we've got at least 8 inches of the white puffy stuff out there. It snowed. It was a blizzard yesterday. School is canceled here in the Omaha metro area, and we are having a great snow day. I've been up since about 3:40 this morning. I went out, you guys, shoveled some walks with my dad, and had tons of fun, so shout out to my dad and Bonnie as well. I was helping them do some snow removal this morning. Got back just in time to do my podcast and rock out with you guys today. So it has been a long day so far, and we are going to power through this because right here I've got my coffee with my Houston Museum of Natural Sciences coffee mug. So David will like seeing that today, I'm sure. But you guys, we are ready to rock out today. We are having tons of fun. There's snow outside. It has been an amazing week this week. On Monday, I went to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and did a college visit with my oldest daughter, Cecilia, who wants to be a nurse after high school. So we went out to Lincoln, you guys, toured the campus, had tons of fun. I can't wait for her to become a Husker. On Tuesday was my dog, my German Shepherd, Augie. It was her 11th birthday, so shout out to Augie. She's getting so old. We call her the old lady goose or the granny goose. All kinds of fun nicknames for her. Then on Wednesday, I had my Patreon club. We talked about dinosaur anatomy. It was tons of fun, you guys, talking a little bit more of what's not on the outside of the dinosaurs, but what's on the inside, all of their bones, their organs, how they compare to humans, and all kinds of fun stuff. Thursday, I did a little bit of marketing, and then today is Friday, the end of the week, you guys, and it's just been a great week. So right now, you guys, I am up to 140 shows booked for the year, 104 for the summertime. Last year, I ended the year 218 events for the whole year, 116 events for the summertime. So I'm only 79 events away from beating last year already. It has just been a dynamite year. Year number 5 is definitely kicking off and starting off the best than any other year I have here with the Stomp Chomp Roar Company. But let's go ahead. We've got a big podcast today. Today we're talking about the Spinosaurus Aegyptiacus. And if you didn't see, yesterday we had some big news drop about the Spinosaurus. It was amazing. And it just another variation of what this already odd dinosaur might have looked like. The Spinosaurus has gone through so many changes. I think in another 10 years, maybe we'll even find some wings that it had, because this dinosaur is just the sail on its back, having it be more standing up like we thought dinosaurs looked like a long time ago. Now we got the fish-like tail or the eels-like tail that came out 5 or 6 years ago, and now we even have a new characteristic for the Spinosaurus. So I can't wait to share that with you if you haven't seen it already. But I hope everybody is having a great morning, and let's go ahead and do a quick plug real quick. I made a fun plug, so I think I might do this. So at the end of the podcast, I'll probably always plug something that's company related, but maybe for this first plug, because I know people, they never want to hear, hey, go to my website. Hey, go over here. Hey, go over there. So maybe I'm going to start doing these plugs at the beginning that will be somewhat for the episode. And I even had a logo made for this one. So if I go ahead and grab my picture background, This episode is brought to you by the Nile River Bone Hunters. That's right, we're talking about the Spinosaurus. We're going down the Nile River, and we've got the Bone Hunters for today. So shout out to them, and a quick plug for those guys. Not a real company, but it'll be still tons of fun to just use your imagination and think of all kinds of fun, cool stuff, okay? But let's go ahead and move into segment number 1, and that is Steggy's Pizza. As I take a sip of this lovely coffee to keep me awake today. All right, you guys, Steggy's Pizza. We're going to grab a slice. Remember, one fact, everybody knows the rules, okay? We'll grab the pizza boxes here behind me. Brought to you by Godfather's Pizza. And you guys, yesterday or 2 days ago, Godfather's put out a commercial. They're getting a new Godfather. So this Godfather has retired from the business, and they gave a little sneak peek. So I can't wait to see who the new Godfather is for Godfather's Pizza. But we only got one slice left in here, so I need to make some new slices for next week. But let's go ahead and grab this fun fact and go ahead and give it a read, okay? All right, here we go. Our one fun fact of the day. Steggy's Pizza. There are roughly over 700 known species of extinct dinosaurs. That's right, there's over 700 known species of extinct dinosaurs. So that is a lot of dinosaurs, and it's always growing and growing and growing. And we'll probably, what is the exact total right now? We probably don't know because stuff is coming out. The stuff we're going to talk to you about today, they found it a couple years ago, and yesterday it was finally released. They released all their information, all their data, and it just, I can't wait to tell you guys about it. So cool. But again, there are roughly over 700 known species of extinct dinosaurs. Now, something that's sad, think about all the dinosaurs that maybe haven't been found, or the ones that didn't fossilized. They lived in a region where they weren't close to a floodplain or water. They weren't able to fossilize. Maybe they were up in the mountains somewhere. And they just weren't able to be protected by the earth, go down into the sediment, have water go into their bones, minerals turning into fossilized rocks, and all kinds of cool stuff. So think about how many dinosaurs we haven't found yet, and what ones maybe never will become fossils, and we'll never know they existed. Wouldn't that be very sad? That would be a very, very sad day. But here, let me grab a few of my things. Whoopsie, there it goes. Hey, good morning, David. I did not finish the Aculops yet. Dolores, I'm still working on it, so I will finish that today, okay? It is the best year of the dinosaur indeed. All right, well, let's go ahead, you guys, and we'll move in to our next segment, into our featured segment of today. So let me go ahead and we'll get rid of our Steggy's Pizza little filter right there and move into our episode lesson, the Spinosaurus Aegyptiacus, my favorite dinosaur of all time. Now, I always say, if I had to pick one dinosaur, my one favorite, it's the Spinosaurus Aegyptiacus, the Spinosaurus. And I think it really falls into you guys back in 2001, 2002, when Jurassic Park 3 came out. I was right there at the height of my childhood. This movie came out, you know, I was a little bit too young when Jurassic Park came out, so I never saw that one in theaters, was watching it on VHS, and then even Lost World. So Jurassic Park 3 was the first one that's like, okay, we're going to the theaters to see this one. So it was just, I love that one. Even though Jurassic Park 3 gets kind of like a bad rap, a bad review, it's probably my favorite one after the original, just because we see that Spinosaurus. And then even the bird cage and the pterosaur cage. I love all the pterosaurs, so that one is one of my favorites. Even though it has a few weird things, you know, Dr. Alan Grant's dreaming about the velociraptors and all kinds of things. But it's still a great film. Still a great film nonetheless, and I do believe over time that people are kind of more coming around to be like, hey, that movie actually wasn't that bad. All right, well, let's go ahead. We're talking about the Spinosaurus Aegyptiacus today, okay? So first, I don't think I've ever showed him here on my podcast. I might have, but if I haven't, we'll bring him up right here. So I brought my Spinosaurus puppet. So I'll introduce you guys really quickly to Paleo, my baby Spinosaurus. So if I can grab him here. have him be on our video a little bit. So right here, you guys, is my Spinosaurus. You can see a crocodilian-like head. It's got that sail on its back, and this one even has thagomizers on his tail. I know Spinosaurus didn't have thagomizers, so he's kind of like a hybrid. But you guys, this one is my baby Spinosaurus, and truly the heart of, well, I should say a little bit of the heart of Stomp Chomp Roar, because the true heart of Stomp Chomp Roar is with me. But Spinosaurus right here, Paleo, has brought so much joy to kids. I got him, listen to this. So it worked out perfectly. When I was planning today's podcast, I was like, okay, February 20th, is there anything going on this week that maybe I could kind of work off of, and that will be kind of our podcast topic of the week? I was like, maybe I should do Spinosaurus. I'll show everyone Paleo. And I was kind of going through some stuff, and I saw that Paleo right here, today is kind of like his creation day. So 6 years ago from today is when I got the very first pictures of the company, Only Dinosaurs. So shout out to those friends up there, Kevin and Cecilia over in China, who help us make these awesome dinosaur puppets. 6 years ago today, they sent me the very first pictures of Paleo, and he didn't look like this right here. He was some geometric foam-shaped pieces. So he was like a square and a triangle and another triangle piece put together. So they were creating them. They were going to cut them out or sculpt them out of that foam. So it was just, it was perfect. It was meant to be. So 6 years ago today, I got my first pictures of Paleo as they were making him over there at the Only Dinosaurs Dinosaur Lab. But he's Paleo. I take him on all my fun adventures, you guys. And sadly, though, he's on his retirement tour. That's right. Paleo right here is on his retirement tour. And that's because I've got a new baby dinosaur, Paleo's little brother named Phineas. And if you want to see a picture of Phineas, you can go to my Facebook page, Stomp Chomp Roar on Facebook, and I recorded a video, Facebook Live. I think it was it Monday? Yeah, it was President's Day. I did a video of an unboxing of Phineas, our new baby T-Rex puppet. But that right there is Paleo, our Spinosaurus. And if I try to grab him real quick, in another pizza box right here, I've got Paleo's fish. So when I go to daycares and schools, libraries, birthday parties, Paleo always comes with me for the time being, and I feed him these little fish right here. So if I can pick him up, I can show you guys who watch the video feed. Paleo just eats those little fish right there. So he loves all kinds of snacks. But though that's Paleo, those are his fish. He blinks his eyeballs. He's got a sail on his back, and he's just super, super cool. So he's brought so much joy to kids over the last almost 6 years. So today's 6 years since he was first made, and then I got him sometime in March of 2020, so right before COVID came over, you guys, and it was perfect timing, and it really helped push Stomp Chomp Roar up into the next level. But you guys, let's go ahead and move on over. So we met Paleo, our Spinosaurus. We talked about today being the 6-year anniversary of Paleo's creation day from Only Dinosaurs. Now let's actually dig in to the Spinosaurus, okay? The Spinosaurus, Ranger Anthony's favorite dinosaur. So I like all the plant-eating dinosaurs, but Spinosaurus is my all-time favorite. Remember that Jurassic Park 3 came out at the peak of my childhood, and it's really became my favorite dinosaur. I love the sail on its back, the crocodilian-like head, but let's go ahead and break him down a little bit further, okay? So Spinosaurus means spiny lizard. And if you can guess, it's probably because of that spine on his back, right? Now, Spinosaurus is a Saurischian-type dinosaur. Those are the lizard-hip dinosaurs. Then it's a theropod, those bipedal carnivores. And then it's a Spinosaurid. So a Saurischian, a theropod, and then a Spinosaurid, okay? So that one, you guys, our Spinosaurus is bigger than the T-Rex, right? It's up to 50 feet long, so bigger than a school bus, and then up to 23 feet high. Now, it's taller than T-Rex because of that sail. Its sail alone can be up to 6 feet tall. So if I stood up right here, the sail of the Spinosaurus could be taller than Ranger Anthony. That is just wild. If you were riding on a Spinosaurus, would you ride up on behind its neck? Would you try and ride up on its sail? Would you ride behind the sail? I don't know what I would do. Probably kind of ride more on his neck, so then the sail's kind of like your backrest, or maybe your back scratcher. You can scratch your back on its back sail. But you guys, Spinosaurus, 50 feet long, up to 23 feet high, and could weigh 8.5 tons. The largest known theropod. Hopefully, right? They're all kind of mixed up, so I'm sure some grew bigger than others, and this species, of that genus, you guys, but Spinosaurus, we believe, could possibly be the largest known theropod. Now, it could run up to 15 miles per hour, and then it's even swimming, so possibly up to 25 miles per hour down in the water. Now, you guys, let's talk about some characteristics. So let's start up at its skull. Our Spinosaurus has that crocodilian-like snout, right? A long, narrow snout, very crocodilian-like, up to 6 feet in length. Its bite force versus snap speed. So we know T-Rex has the best bite force, right? Up to 15,000 pound bite force. Spinosaurus has a lighter bite force. Not as strong, but since they have more of that slender, long, and narrow snout, their snap speed is going to be a lot faster than T-Rex. So a bigger snap, a quicker bite, but not as big of as a bite force than our T-Rex. I believe I've read, don't quote me on it, but Spinosaurus, I believe it's around 7,000 to 8,000, maybe 9,000 pound bite force, okay? It has 64 straight and conical-like teeth, you guys. So it's act like its teeth are more like cones, and it's kind of like a pike, so they're not curved like T-Rex. T-Rex is biting onto its prey, you guys, and not letting it get away. Where Spinosaurus is eating smaller things than like a Triceratops, it can just bite onto those fish, you guys, and be able to get those fish out of the water and hold that fish right there, or maybe even that prehistoric shark, so it can eat it for a quick lunch, okay? Now, our Spinosaurus had a 6-foot spine, like I mentioned. Its sail, so it's made of those back vertebrae, okay? So those back vertebrae up to 6 feet tall. And what are they used for? What are they truly used for? Is it a little bit of defense? Could they use it for maybe some thermal regulation? It can control its body temperature. Could it be kind of like a dorsal fin on a shark where it helps it swim down there in the water? Maybe a little bit of recognition. Maybe cool colors to tell each other apart and for mating. So it can be used for probably a few different things. It just doesn't have to be one. Now, one I want to truly probably kick out of the club is thermal regulation, okay? So dinosaurs are more warm-blooded creatures. They are more closely related to birds. They are not more closely related to reptiles. Think about it like this. Dinosaurs lived way up high, like in towards the North Pole. So think of Alaska, Canada, Siberia. Dinosaurs are living in where it's going to be colder back then, just like it is today, where you think of iguanas. So you see those pictures on Facebook where iguanas down in Florida are falling out of the trees because it's just too cold. It's getting too cold in Florida. The iguanas fall out of the trees. Now, don't worry. Most of them, I believe, they're not dying, but their body isn't able to keep them warm. So they're falling out of the trees until they can warm up, and then they can start away on their journey again. So since dinosaurs lived up in colder climates, it would be the same thing. Iguanas fall out of trees. Or dinosaurs, are they falling around all over these places? Iguanas aren't living up in Alaska, but dinosaurs are. So they're going to be more warm-blooded creatures. So throw out thermal regulation on its sail. It's going to be for size, making it bigger than some of those other creatures. It's scaring little ones away so that it's getting all the food. Think about a dorsal fin on the back of a shark. It's helping it swim in the water as it's looking for all kinds of food. So Spinosaurus lived on land, but we believe it could go down in the water to go hunting for all kinds of food, right? Think about recognition. It's telling each other apart between its friends, family family members, maybe other ones around its community, if they're somewhat living together. And then also a little bit of mating. Maybe the males might have some cooler colors on the back of them, kind of like we see peacocks today, and it's going to attract some of the female Spinosauruses. So all kinds of different uses. It just doesn't have to be one single use. So that's its back sail. Now, its arms are larger than T-Rex. It's got 3-fingered claws, so it's able to hopefully grasp things. There we go. Grasp. That is right. It's able to grasp its prey, maybe looking for all kinds of things right there along the coastline as it's looking for all kinds of food. Let's see. Larger arms than most theropods. It's got those 3-fingered claws. We see somewhat of like paddle-like feet and that fish-like tail that was discovered and researched. I believe it was probably like 6 years ago now, maybe a little bit more, 6 or 7, maybe like 2018 or 2019. They released that study where they found that some of the tail vertebrae had some longer pieces on it, and that was you guys giving them the idea that maybe it had more of like an eel's-like tail. I forget what those are called. Is it the chevrons? When you got kind of like that piece coming off the back of their vertebrae, giving it a little bit more height, you guys, to it. And then what else do we got here? They got an advanced brain for their body size, you guys, making them a smart dinosaur. They're just overall a great dinosaur. Lived during the mid-Cretaceous period, some 98 to 95 million years ago. Found in northern Africa, so they never would have fought the T-Rex. Different times, both in the Cretaceous period, but Spinosaurus is mid-Cretaceous, T-Rex is late Cretaceous, T-Rex is North America, Spinosaurus is northern Africa. Yes, there was Pangea, but by the Cretaceous period, these continents had already broken away from each other, so they would have had time and distance that were separating these two apex predators. They're the apex predators of their location, okay? Found in northern Africa. Think of Egypt, Morocco, Niger, that we'll talk about today, okay? And it was named in 1912 by the paleontologist Ernst Stromer. And it's sad because those fossils that he found and described way back in 1912 are no more. Because during World War II, there was a bombing raid in Berlin, and the museum was destroyed, and a bunch of the things inside, including our Spinosaurus. Isn't that sad? The holotype specimen of Spinosaurus turned back to dust. But you guys, that's our Spinosaurus. So crocodilian-like snout, those 64 conical-like teeth, somewhat probably good eyesight, on a more advanced brain than think of like a Stegosaurus. So it has a good brain. I've even read about possibly sensors on the tip of its snout, kind of like we see in crocodilians today. They've got longer arms, those 3-fingered claws, a robust body, those 2 legs that they walk on, they're bipedal, walking on 2 legs, 3 claws on their toes, you guys. They got that enormous sail on its back that was probably covered in somewhat of a leathery membrane, a little bit, somewhat of a skin, you guys. Maybe colors in some of the males. And then we got that tail back there behind them that could possibly be more like an eel or a fish-like tail. But that is all about the Spinosaurus. Now, let's get to the really big news, you guys. So what also happened, remember, I said earlier that picking the Spinosaurus worked out perfectly because it was Paleo's like creation day, the day that he was first made. They sent me the pictures, the very first pictures of Paleo as just some foam shapes. Now, yesterday, they also released a new finding of our Spinosaurus, so it just worked out great. So let me go ahead and grab an article to talk to you guys about. Now, 95 million years ago, old Spinosaurus, you guys, had a scimitar-shaped head crest. That is right. We've got a Spinosaurus with a scimitar-shaped head crest, you guys. It's a unicorn now. It's a scimitar. It is just too cool. Paleo right there needs to go back to Dino Land, down to the lab, and get its scimitar head crest on its head, okay? Let me read a little bit from this article right here from Live Science. So, you guys, researchers have identified a new Spinosaurus species with a blade-like crest in Niger. Now, this is changing our understanding of dinosaur evolution and behavior with the Spinosaurus. So let me scroll down a little bit here. If I can get this silly ad out of my way. Gosh, come on, ad. All right, so let's scroll up here. Now, around 95 million years ago, a Spinosaurus dinosaur with a tall blade-like crest on its head and a large sail on its back lived in what is now Niger, a new study finds. All right, let me scroll down here a little bit further. All right, the newfound species, which researchers have named Spinosaurus mirabilis, which means astonishing Spinosaurus in Latin. Now, dinosaur names, as we talk about its second name, or it's like kind of like its last name here, Spinosaurus, you guys, mirabilis, okay? So I looked up that word. I wanted to see how most people wanted to say it. Now, I should say there's really no wrong way to say a dinosaur's name. Now, if I said, instead of Tyrannosaurus Rex, I said Tyrannosaurus dog, well, of course, that is wrong. But dinosaurs are found all over the world in different languages, different dialects. Vowels, letters can sound different in different places. So saying a vowel a different way than maybe they say it in Italy or in China or in, I don't want to say Mexico, because Mexico and Italian is probably very, very similar. Letters can be pronounced different ways all across the world, okay? But I looked up this one. I wanted to read this one off too. So right away, it looks like Spinosaurus mirabilis. But then when I looked it up, mirabilis, I also read it could be Marabilis. The Marabilis. That's what pops up in Google when I research this Latin term, which means wonderful, marvelous, astonishing. So the Spinosaurus mirabilis or the Spinosaurus marabilis, okay? Now, this dinosaur lived far inland in river country, which could be the key of settling a debate about whether this dinosaur and its relatives were swimmers. The team reported this on Thursday, February 19th in the Journal of Science, okay? So it was just perfect timing for this this article, you guys, to get released yesterday. Now, there's just no way that you're going to find essentially an aquatic animal hundreds of miles from the shoreline buried right in a river deposit. Study's first author Paul Sereno. So Paul Sereno, famous paleontologist. I even got his picture up here with my famous paleontologist in the Dino Bus. Loves looking for Spinosauruses over in northern Africa. So it's Paul Sereno, a paleontologist at the University of Chicago, who led the team that found the fossils, told Live Science. All right, let's see if I can scroll down here some more. Website's not being super friendly for my computer. Now, Sereno's team made this discovery thanks to a guide that helped them, a member of the local population that lived in the Sahara Desert, who led them to the remote site on an hours-long trek back in 2019. Upon seeing the fossils, the paleontologist noted a peculiar. What is that? The bones were black, caused by an increased concentration of phosphate in the bone. Now, Sereno said that in his 25 years of fieldwork, he'd never seen fossils that color in the Sahara Desert. All right, the crest points to a new species. That's what we want to talk about. That unicorn, that scimitar-like crest, right? Now, at first, Sereno and the team couldn't figure out how some of the bones fit together with the rest of the skeleton. We didn't recognize the crests, Sereno said. It was just so weird. It was... whoops, my guy's jumping all over the place here. My apologies. My cursor's not being super friendly. All right, so when a larger team returned to the same site in 2022 and uncovered a skull with a partial crest attached. It all clicked. While running CT scans of the fossils and using computer models, the team found lots of fossilized blood vessels inside, plus a surface texture that suggested a keratin sheath covered the bone in real life, which would have made the crest stand up to 20 inches or 0.5 meters tall. So this scimitar crest, you guys, think of like a scimitar, those ox over in Africa, or even just like a unicorn's horn on top of our Spinosaurus, 20 inches tall. Now, in the paper describing their findings, the researchers called it the tallest crest known in any meat-eating dinosaur and argued it played a decorative role, possibly allowing the animal to identify potential mates or rivals when moving all across, wading along the river banks over in the Sahara Desert. Let's see if there's anything great else we can add to this. That was fantastic. I believe that's it. We'll sum that up. We'll hear. Let's see what this says right here before we move on to our next matter. Okay, so was Spinosaurus a swimmer? In recent years, some researchers have argued that Spinosaurus, a genus, includes Spinosaurus mirabilis, as well as its relatives, such as Spinosaurus Aegyptiacus, who we're talking about today, chased prey underwater as a marine hunter. For instance, Spinosaurus mirabilis has the iconic teeth of a fish hunter, with those on the lower jaw protruding outward and fitting neatly between the sharp teeth on the upper jaws, the team reported. Yet, based on the fossil's location, buried next to two long-necked sauropods in a riverbed, and its body shape, Serino sees this dinosaur as a kind of hell heron. This that had no problem wading on its sturdy legs into the 2 meters or 6.5 feet of water, but probably spent most of its time stalking shallow traps for many large fish of the day. The back sail, you guys. Let's see, let's finish off with this little sentence right here. The back sail would have added so much weight to the Spinosaurus's body that it would have made it difficult to move, Serino noted. So it's unlikely that any member of the genus swam, he said. It's sacrificing aspect of its agility for this, but it's an important feature, Serino told Live Science. So maybe they are just kind of right there on the coastline. Or was it using it like a dorsal fin? We won't know exactly for sure without getting in our time machines and going back in time. In the paper, the researchers compared Spinosaurus mirabilis body shape with other living extinct predators and placed it between semi-aquatic waters like herons and aquatic divers like penguins. It shows the process of science evaluating evidence and new evidence appearing, Serino said. All right, we'll finish the article right there, you guys. It looks like it's super long. We could just keep going and going. But essentially, yesterday, they released the study Spinosaurus mirabilis, you guys, or as Google wanted me to say, Spinosaurus mirabilis, a new species of Spinosaurid. The Spinosaurus, it still has a sail on its back, still has conical-like teeth, still has a crocodilian-like snout, but that scimitar-like head crest on its head. If you haven't seen it, you just got to search it. Search Spinosaurus mirabilis on Google. That's Spinosaurus mirabilis, which is mirabilis, mirabilis or mirabilis. Search it, you'll see that astounding skull, you guys, with that head crest on its head. But you guys, that is our lesson for today. We are already over 30 minutes, so let's go ahead and get on over to our prehistoric cage match for the morning, okay? We got 30 more minutes of the morning. You can still have breakfast here in the Midwest. But let's go ahead and grab our spinning wheel. So this is what we're going to do, okay? We decided this a couple weeks ago when we did the Spinosaurus lesson, or the T-Rex lesson, that when we have an episode with a featured dinosaur like today, Spinosaurus, and maybe we'll even say we're putting Spinosaurus mirabilis into the arena, we will only spin one time, and that will give us the dinosaur that will fight the Spinosaurus, okay? So let's go ahead and grab our spinning wheel of names. We will spin this, you guys, and we'll see who will battle Spinosaurus in the prehistoric cage match. All right, here we go. It's spinning around. There it goes. Who will we get? A Rhamphorhynchus. Here, let's close out this guy. I don't think we can have a pterosaur. Here, let me grab my my rule book here. Yeah, we can't. That wouldn't be very much fun, you guys. We know Spinosaurus, if it could grab onto its jaws onto this Rhamphorhynchus, it would easily devour that one. We need a true dinosaur battle for today, okay? Let's spin this wheel again. And get this ad out of here. Come on, get out here, ads. All right, let's see who we got on the second spin. A dire wolf pack, come on! I did too many just random prehistoric creatures. It would be fun. Should we do it? Gosh. David, tell me yes or no if you're there in the chat. Yes or no? Should we have Spinosaurus battle a dire wolf pack, or should we just give it one last spin? Should we spin it one more time, or should we just leave it right there? A Spinosaurus versus a dire wolf pack. That actually might be interesting, especially with all the snow outside. I had wished, I was like, man, it would have been great if we could have done prehistoric Antarctica today with it being so snowy outside. But here, let's go ahead. Let's go dire wolf. Okay, David, I'll listen. All right, we'll remove the dire wolf pack. We will close out of this right here and do our camera view, and we will get ready to enter into the arena. All right, here we go, you guys. We are here in the prehistoric cage match, and maybe we'll even have that Rhamphorhynchus come with the dire wolves. We'll make that. We'll do that. We won't have any spin go undone, okay? So we will have the dire wolves pack and the Rhamphorhynchus go against the Spinosaurus, okay? So entering in first, let's do our dire wolf pack. Do I got it on here? All right, you guys, our dire wolves, up to 6 feet long, 3.5 feet high, and could weigh up to 175 pounds. Think of a really, really big dog. Our dire wolf pack, they're more robust, you guys, and muscular, 42 teeth. So we got a pack of dire wolves. We'll say 4 dire wolves. Then we'll head on over to our Rhamphorhynchus, okay? So our Rhamphorhynchus, here she is up to 4 feet long, a 6 foot wingspan, only 2 pounds, 34 sharp teeth, and a diamond-like tail. And then we have our Spinosaurus Aegyptiacus, or our Spinosaurus mirabilis. Our Spinosaurus up to 50 feet long, 23 feet high, weighing 8.5 tons. A large sail and bigger arms. And you guys, it might be the biggest known theropod. It's got an eel-like tail, and we will give it the mirabilis scimitar head crest on its head. So here enters, you guys, for the very first time in any dinosaur battle, I bet, anywhere in the world. For who would win battles, this is probably the first one ever for the Spinosaurus mirabilis, okay? Spinosaurus mirabilis in one corner. Then in the other corner, we've got the dire wolf pack, and we've got the Rhamphorhynchus, okay? We are ready for a showdown for the ages. Spinosaurus walks on up, and the dire wolves, they start to circle. They are ready to take down this Spinosaurus. Rhamphorhynchus flying overhead, kind of giving the radar for our dire wolves. The dire wolves start coming in, you guys, and start trying to attack the legs, the feet of the Spinosaurus. One of them even grabs hook onto its eel-like tail, biting down on the Spinosaurus's tail, you guys. Spinosaurus quickly reaches down with its jaws and snaps one of the dire wolves and sends it flying across the arena. It quickly flings its tail, and the dire wolf flies off its tail, you guys. the Rhamphorhynchus swoops on down and tries to land on the Spinosaurus's sail, but the Spinosaurus's quick agility quickly spins around as it snatches that Rhamphorhynchoid right out of the sky and throws him onto the ground. 2 more direwolves left. The Spinosaurus turns around and then sees the 2 direwolves slowly closing in like a couple of hungry hyenas down in the Lion King. The Spinosaurus, you guys, just sitting there waiting and knows it doesn't need to be on the offensive, but the direwolves slowly move on in. One of the direwolves they both try and get each of its sides. One of them grabs the Spinosaurus, but the other one, the Spinosaurus spins around using its eel-like tail and whips it across the battlefield, sends it flying. Then our Spinosaurus is one-on-one with the last direwolf. The Spinosaurus just quickly charges towards the direwolf as the direwolf, no, it kind of cowers in fear. Don't eat me! And the Spinosaurus snaps its jaws down and delivers the final blow to the battle. You guys are winners for episode 14 of KPG 66.5 Dinosaur Talk Radio, the prehistoric cage match champion, the Spinosaurus Mirabilis! Perfect, you guys. Spinosaurus wins the day. Dinosaur Ranger Anthony's favorite dinosaur. How could you go wrong with the Spinosaurus Aegyptiacus or the Spinosaurus Mirabilis? Or maybe it's even the Spinosaurus. Where'd it go? Here, I got it right here. Here, the Spinosaurus Mirabilis. Either way, you guys, it's an astonishing Spinosaurus. The astonishing lizard, you guys. Very good. What? David, thumbs down? You don't like that the Spinosaurus beat the direwolves and the Rhamphorhynchus? I thought you would be pro-Spinosaurid. Come on, it's the biggest theropod known to science. It only makes sense that the Spinosaurus wins. I'm kind of disappointed, David. I'm not going to lie, okay? But you guys, thank you all my dinosaur fans. What an amazing episode today as we talk about the Spinosaurus Aegyptiacus, my favorite dinosaur, and it should be everybody's favorite dinosaur. What is there wrong with the Spinosaurus? Just maybe all kinds of controversy about its tail, its sail, its crocodilian-like snout, and now this new scimitar head crest. Put those out the window, and we've got a cool dinosaur. But you guys, what do you all think so far? We just rocked out episode 14 of KPG 66.5 Dinosaur Talk Radio. Anyone that watches, I should grab my download count. Next week, I'll bring my download count for people that are downloading it on Apple, iHeartRadio, all the other podcasting platforms, Amazon, Spotify, all those. And then I can see my YouTube feed slowly growing a little bit. I wish it was growing a little bit faster, but hey, a lot of people do, right? But you guys, it's been amazing. I'm having tons of fun doing this new podcast, and I can't wait for episode number 15. And I also want to think about some new segments. I'm thinking about, wouldn't it be cool if we could bring special guests on the show and do some interviews, really bring it more into that radio atmosphere. Maybe bring on some true paleontologists that study out in the field, maybe some dinosaur super fans, maybe even a guy that works at a pizzeria. Well, maybe not that one, because we'll leave that to Steggy, okay? But you guys, tonight, fish fry number 1. If you're Christian, Catholic, you guys, we celebrate the season of Lent, so that was on Wednesday. We had Ash Wednesday. So we went to my church, you guys, got the ashes on our foreheads. We sacrifice a few things for the 40 days and 40 nights. I always like to do fast food and like candy, things like that. Things that bring you joy. It's like, okay, well, let me give up some of these things and sacrifice those for the next 40 days as we go up to the Easter holiday. You guys, so tonight, fish fry number 1 over at St. Stephen's, so I'm ready for some fish and shrimps, just like the Spinosaurus would eat. That even works even better. Fish fry number 1, Spinosaurus Aegyptiacus, it works out perfectly. And you guys, tomorrow I'm going to a birthday party, so I wanted to give a shout out. Happy 4th birthday to Evelyn June. I can't wait to visit your birthday party tomorrow and teach you and your friends all about dinosaurs as we do all kinds of fun dinosaur things. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Yo, you were just kidding, David. I knew you were kidding. I knew it. I just knew it. All right, but you guys, what else do I got here? A quick plug. This one will be a real plug. It's not brought to you by Nile River Bone Hunters. This one's brought to you by Stomp Chomp Roar. Visit stompchomproar.com and you can book a private virtual lesson with yours truly, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony. I have a ton of different virtual lesson options that you can choose from, all kinds of different topics. And hey, maybe you want to learn about something that you really want to learn about. Let me know, and I'll even write a custom lesson that will be on a topic of dinosaur related that you want to learn more about. Perfect. All right, that was episode 14. I think it's about time to log off for today. I don't want to log off, though. It's just so much fun talking about Spinosaurus. I don't want the day to end or the podcast to end. So maybe I'll just drink some of my coffee right here as we listen to the soothing sounds of the rainforest. Bad thing now. It's getting a little cold, though. I'm going to have to run it inside and get it in the microwave and warm it up a little bit so it gets nice and warm and toasty. But you guys, I hope everyone has a fun and outstanding, an astonishing, get that? Astonishing lizard or Spinosaurus, astonishing lizard. I hope everyone has an astonishing weekend. It's going to be great. I've got the fish Friday night, like I said, birthday party tomorrow, and then I'm going to do some fun things with my family. My oldest daughter has show choir, so she'll be doing that tomorrow. But we're just ready to have all kinds of fun. It's a snow day here in the Omaha metro area, like I said. I've already done all my shoveling. I shoveled my driveway and everything. Maybe it's time to go take a nap since I got up at 3:30 in the morning. But hey, let's go ahead and do our closing, okay? Let's end this podcast. This one, you guys, we're making it the biggest. I think it just passed. I think the biggest podcast in time-wise was 44 minutes. We are at 45, 46. And it's only right that the longest podcast is about Spinosaurus Aegyptiacus. So next week, we'll have a short podcast. Now, sneak peek, next week, I believe I'm going to do a podcast on Cretaceous period flowers and fruit. So we will talk all about flowers and fruit next week, you guys. When did they start to bloom on our planet? When did we get some fruit? Were there bananas with the dinosaurs? Did T-Rex peel a banana with its 2 claws? I'm not sure, but we'll find out next week, okay? Let's go ahead and head over to our closing statement for today. I know, it's very sad. Now, you guys, always remember, thanks to the dinosaurs for giving us this passion. But this is our world now. Get out there, do something good, and never be afraid to show your claws. Rah! Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, signing out. We'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend. Rah!